Live, on air, and online. This is WSAV News 3 at 6.
We're not kidding. We're not just crying wolf. It is serious business.
Winter storm number 2 continues to hammer down on the southeast with heavy snow and dangerous ice. Good evening. It is Wednesday, February 12th. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Tina Shaw. Thank you for joining us. Our top story at 6, Winter Storm 2. Tens of thousands are without power across the southeast tonight as the ice builds up on trees and power lines.
Well, WSAV has blanketed the area with reporters throughout the storm to bring you the very latest from the coastal empire and low country. First, though, we want to check in with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Chris Allred, who has been tracking this storm since earlier this week. Chris?
All right, Russ and Tina, well, this storm system has been going on for hours, and we still have hours to go. The very latest on our live Heart Rate Titan radar have a few light rain showers in the area, and we have a little bit of freezing rain that we are tracking right now, too. As we zoom in, it's our most far northern counties. This does include Jenkins, Screven, also parts of Hampton, Allendale, and just into Colleton County, where we have that freezing rain. It's the color pink right here, and that is what leads to ice accumulation. Now, we are expecting, as the night goes on, it's going to get colder, and we have all of this rain right here to the southwest that's going to move into the coastal empire and low country. So we will likely see more freezing rain later tonight. That could lead to more ice accumulation, and it could lead to possibly more power outages. So we still have warnings and advisories in effect. For the counties that are highlighted in the dark purple, this is where we have an ice storm warning. This is where the most ice could develop. This is for Emmanuel, Trutland, Bullock, Candler, Effingham, Jenkins, Screven, Allendale, Colleton, Hampton, and Inland Jasper County. Then finally, we have the freezing rain advisory. That's for the light colored purple, and counties have been added. This is Montgomery, Toombs, Wheeler, Beaufort, Evans, Inland Bryan, Tatnall, Coastal Jasper, Inland Chatham, Inland Liberty, and Inland Long counties. This is until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Coming up in the complete forecast, we'll have complete storm team coverage of how much ice you could see and when it will begin to improve. Russ and Tina, back to you.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, one of the first areas in our region to get a taste of this winter storm were Bullock and Screven counties. News 3's Martin Stoughton kicks off our team coverage from there.
I'm standing on an overpass above Interstate 16 in Bullock County. The effort to monitor this storm started long before the sun came up, and overpasses like this one is where they're really focusing a lot of attention because they're going to freeze before the roadways do. The rain pelts the ground, falling like the temperatures before sunrise, encasing tree limbs in ice. Daylight is not bringing enough warmth to keep the ice at bay.
Weather has so many questions about it. You don't know what may happen in the next hour or two. We've maintained 33 degrees throughout most of the county for a good part of the night. We have seen some 32. If it jumps or if it goes down to 30, 29 degrees, we've got a whole new set of circumstances that we're going to have to deal with because the roads and bridges will become covered at that point in time.
Wynn and his counterpart in neighboring Screven County do not want anyone to try to tackle an ice-covered power line.
If you have any problems with power or trees on power lines or whatever, don't take it upon yourself to go get them off. That's what the power companies are trained to do.
According to the manager of a convenience store, some people in this area were caught off guard by this storm. She shared their shopping list.
Well, they buying up a lot of lunch meat and bread in case the power go out.
Keeping the lights on will be a challenge while the ice still clings to power lines, but in the daylight, the icy coating can provide more than trouble. There can be some natural beauty if you look beyond the cold. In Bullock County, Martin Staunton, WSAV News 3.
Well, we continue our team coverage live in Sylvania tonight. That's where we find News 3's Raquel Rodriguez, who is taking a closer look at conditions now. Raquel?
Russ, some of this ice is causing some havoc for the electricity to actually stay on. Right behind me, you can take a look at this traffic light in downtown Savannah. Now, some of these traffic lights are actually out because of this power is out with all the ice kind of forming along the power lines, as well as the trees. And once the trees get covered in ice, actually fall on these power lines. snapping them. But just take a look at this big tree, or what used to be left of this big tree here in downtown Savannah, with all of these icicles just covering it. It was a lot of weight that was on this tree, and this tree just couldn't hack it. And as you can see, this is what's left of some of these branches. They've just all fallen down. But the Screven County EMA director wants people to stay at home. He doesn't want to see a lot of people on the roads. So if there is an emergency, just stay home. But we'll continue to keep you updated on what's going on here in Screven County for the 10 and the 11. Live in Screven County, Raquel Rodriguez, WSAV News 3.
Well, Effingham County has been added to the list of those with an ice storm warning until tomorrow morning. In the northern parts of the county, they're already seeing ice covering tree limbs and power lines. This is Clio Kildare Road. And as tree limbs collapse, well, they sometimes strike the power lines. Numerous power and phone outages have been reported in the area.
Crews have been doing an amazing job staying ahead of any hazards that we might have, and hopefully that'll continue throughout the day.
Effingham County EMA officials tell us all power outages they're aware of have been taken care of tonight.
Well, this second winter storm has brought ice to the low country as well. News 3's Brittany Shane picks up our team coverage from Hampton County. She was with emergency management officials as the freezing rain fell. Take a look.
It was a soggy morning here in Hampton County, where they braced for inches of rain and even some ice accumulation.
I think it was going to be
like this right here.
Yeah.
Probably thought it was going to be a little bit of rain, but not that much ice or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Now we've got some freezing rain coming down. It's starting to accumulate on the trees and road signs. Spoke with DOT a few minutes ago. They've salted all the bridges. They've taken care of all the emergency stations so that the crews can get in and out. We're still in a waiting mode, C mode now, but the more ice that gets on our power lines and the trees, the more likely we're going to have problems.
And problems they saw. Emergency crews dealt with ice on roadways, down trees in busy roadways, and down power lines, leaving more than 6,000 people in the dark.
Because we don't have no power. That's the only thing, because it's cold. So other than the power being out, the rain is okay as long as you know how to drive in the rain.
Officials do not want anyone on the roads this evening and have tips on what to do if your power's out.
If they have power outages, call your local power company's hotlines. If you have 911 emergencies, call your local dispatch centers. Always use personal safety. Be aware that ice falling from the trees does have weight. They can injure you. Down power lines, do not approach them. Call your power companies. Let the experts handle it.
From Hampton, Brittany Shane, News 3.
Well, many school districts in our area will remain closed due to the weather. An up-to-date list is scrolling along the bottom of your screen throughout the newscast. That list is also available on our website, WSAV.com. Just search school closings.